Good evening. Judge Robert Miller handed down his ruling in this 2.5-week bench trial, finding that the defendant in this case, 45-year-old Elzbieta Plackowska, guilty on all 12 counts. Now, the defense was trying to prove that Plackowska was not guilty by reason of insanity when she stabbed her 7-year-old son Justin and a 5-year-old girl named Olivia, who she babysat in October 2012. Plackowska also stabbed 2 dogs to death in the home of that child. Now, in the days leading up to the murders, the prosecution laid out how Plackowska grew increasingly angry at her husband and 2 sons, seen yelling at 7-year-old Justin in church just hours before the stabbings. The judge felt that Plackowska was unhappy with her life, feeling unappreciated, and that she carried out these acts because she was filled with anger, bitterness, and rage. The judge made it clear he felt Plackowska knew what she was doing, asking the children to pray before she committed the murders. Afterwards, telling police, quote, 5 minutes ruined my life. The judge said that Plackowska could appreciate the criminality of her actions, saying multiple times in police interviews afterwards that she knew that she should not have done what she did, that she committed the crime at the home of this girl she babysat because, quote, I didn't want to make a mess in my own house. The judge felt Plackowska took steps to cover up the crime by hiding the knives, getting rid of her cell phone, and also making up a story about an intruder. The prosecution stressed that Plackowska had no signs or history of mental illness before or after the crime, trying to prove that she was in a bipolar psychosis at the time of these stabbings, but the judge at the end did not feel that that was accurate. Now, we just had a chance a moment ago to hear from State's Attorney Robert Berlin, and here's what he had to say about the judge's ruling in this case.
Well, very pleased with the judge's verdict and his decision in this case. I think the judge followed the law, obviously paid very close attention to the evidence, and we're pleased with the verdict, and the family's very pleased with the verdict.
The next step in this case is, of course, sentencing. That is now scheduled for November 21st, and Plackowska is facing 2 consecutive life sentences behind bars. Live in Wheaton, Dana Rebick, WGN News.